Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Anna Vavilova. I'm a pianist, teacher, and a YouTuber. I really like what I do, and I just finished recording RCM Level 5 Etudes 2022 edition, and I decided to make a video that will compare the previous book that was published in 2015 with the current book 2022, and I have both of those books here, and I want to start my analysis with first kind of a superficial, just the visual aspect of the book itself, and then I want to go deeper into analyzing diversification of this book, also inclusion of contemporary music, and how is the role of female composers has changed in the past decade. So stay with me, and I hope you find this video interesting, and I really appreciate if you subscribe to my channel and leave me comments and like my video and like my work. It's very encouraging. So let's get started.
All aboard!
First, let's talk about the visual aspect of both books, 2015, 2022. 2015, it's a very nice cover with an unidentified instrument. It could be anything. It looks like it's Steinway D with a Steinway bench. It looks like it to me, but I think RCM didn't want to put the brand name on the piano to be more inclusive, which is fine. It has nice jade green color. They do a very good job with color coordination. Okay, so let's pick up the new book, 2022. So you can see same color, which is great. So they're keeping same exact shade of jade green, and a little bit more contemporary look on the piano. I think I like it more because with this one it's clear to me what kind of piano it is. So the fact that they did not put the brand name of the piano, it's kind of silly. But so I like this one a little bit more. There's no place where you can put Yamaha, Steinway, or Fazioli, or anything. So I like that. Okay, so this is visual comparison of these books. Basically, very similar looking. It has title of content. A couple of things I noticed. 2015 edition. It has 17 etudes, and it is 20 pages long. It has every single etude is 1 page long. 2022, it has 14 etudes, so 3 etudes less than 2015, but it is longer. It is 24 pages long. So in this book, half of the etudes, 7 etudes, are 2 pages long, and half of them 1 page long. Can it be because of the music is getting a little bit more complicated, longer, or it's just because they expanded the printing? I checked the print and the length of measures, it's standard. So the music did become more complicated, longer, and for students, please understand, maybe it's not more complicated, but having longer piece, it takes them a little bit longer time to learn, etc. And then when you perform, it also takes them more efforts to stay focused. So this book is slightly more difficult. Okay. So that has to do with the size. Okay. Next, I want to talk about the actual table of content. There is a difference between earlier edition and the later edition. In the early edition, next to the title, there is a description of the technique that is being used in this particular study. For instance, the Black Pony, facility on the black keys. This piece has challenges that students is playing a lot on black keys, and black keys sometimes a little slimmer. Well, not sometimes, they are slimmer than the white keys, so a student is not as comfortable. Sometimes it's harder for them to keep curved position on black keys. So I think it's helpful to know just by looking at the title what each etude, what technique is used. I like that. This has been eliminated in the new book. I mean, if we look at the title of content, so this is 2015, and this one is 2022. I mean, you see how much blank space it is? You could have easily, I think it could have been easily included here, in my opinion. Okay. So this is just silly things that I've noticed. Now, let's talk about not so silly things. How about the role of female composers? Would you be curious to know how many etudes in 2015 were by female composers, written by female composers? And what about 2022? Have you thought of that? It's very interesting. I will tell you. In 2015, out of 17 pieces, only 2 female composers. And in 2022, out of 14 pieces, we have 3 female composers. So it's 1 female composer more, but it's also per less pieces. So I prepared a chart so you can see percentage-wise. I think it's very interesting. So what do you think about that? Do you think we should have more female composers included? Yes, we should. I should write a piece and submit to RCM. So next, what I want to talk to you, it's about diversity of music. 2015 syllabus, and I checked which composer is from which country. How many Asian composers do you think there are in 2015? 0. But there are 3 Russian composers, 3 American composers, 2 Hungarian, 5 Germans, 1 Canadian, 1 Austrian, 1 English. In 2022, 1 Russian, 1 Serbian, 1 Austrian, 2 German, 1 Canadian, 2 American, 2 Asian. I'm thinking Chinese, going by the last name. Maybe they are sort of Chinese Canadian. 1 British, 1 Japanese, and 1 Hungarian. So that's quite a big change from 2015 to 2022. That definitely RCM tried to be very inclusive, and I like that. These pieces are very nice that I've recorded, so I think it's a very valuable contribution. How about analysis on how many pieces actually are contemporary pieces in this book versus the previous edition? In 2015, we had 1 etude from 1700s, 7 etudes from 19th century, it's like 1850, classical, and then 20th century, 5 etudes. It's like very late romantic composers. And only 4 pieces are 21st century, okay, which is like contemporary music. So 4 pieces. Although we were only in 2015, it does take time to change the syllabus. So 7 years later, the number of contemporary music doubled. So now we have 8 pieces out of 14. More than a half are contemporary music composed by living composers, current living composers in 21st century, composed now. Only 3 pieces are composed in 20th century, like early contemporary music, and only 3 pieces are composed from 19th century. It's quite a change, and there's no pieces from 18th or 17th centuries. More than a half of them are contemporary music. That is quite a change, and I think the world right now is pushing towards inclusivity, and female composers are coming forward as well. So I think I like how the music is evolving, and it's interesting to be in the forefront of it and witness that progress. And I want to mention that the progress right now, it's happening much faster than in the past. Like, for instance, I would think if I would have this conversation with you 300 years ago, we would not be able to see such a huge difference in a decade, in tiny decade. Say in 1650 to 1660, the music didn't change that dramatically, or I wouldn't say the music, but the attention and the message that books are carrying. So I think it's not just about the beauty of the music. I think there is also, I would say, like a little of an agenda that organizations take stance in supporting this or that composer or direction. I hope our little conversation, or my monologue piqued your curiosity, and I want to, next I will be recording level 6 books, and I would also pick up the old edition, and I wanted to see if this trend is still true for level 6 as well. So thanks so much for listening to me, and we'll be in touch. Ciao.